Уважаемые участники конференции форума доноров,
Dear participants of the RDF annual conference, we are happy to welcome you to this session where you can ask questions to Professor Maurizio Zollo. You just watched an interview with the professor. We hope you enjoyed it. It was really interesting, and I'm happy to give you Professor Maurizio Zollo. Professor, hello. I will switch to English now.
Good morning. To have you here today. Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, lovely. Then I'll just, kick off with our questions that we have had on the chat and also that we have prepared for you. So I would like to start, in your interview, you have covered that at Imperial College London, you have really developed a system that measures companies' performance and behavior to achieve sustainable development goals, and you have put lots of data into it. And with my colleagues, we have participated in a session of the Leonardo Center, which is the one that you have created at Imperial College London. Could you please tell us a little bit more what was the reasons of this idea to launch this? What kind of a challenge you tried to meet?
Sure. Thank you for the question. The main challenge that we're all facing today when it comes to understanding the corporate sustainability issues and the sustainable development goals for what concerns the transformation of the role of business in society is that we have a lot of guidelines, a lot of principles, but we have very little understanding of what are the impacts of the actual behaviors, of the actual initiatives that companies make. And so the Leonardo Center has assembled a very large group of experts, not only at Imperial College, across all the disciplines, not only business science, but also social science, natural science. Across the world, we have a community of about 150 scholars in 60 different universities in the world to work with companies and institutions in experimenting new ways to tackle issues, to create value for stakeholders by tackling the Sustainable Development Goals. We don't know what is more effective than what. So we have created this unique data set with millions of sustainability initiatives using machine learning and artificial intelligence to now be able to essentially understand what is the optimal investment of initiative, of time and effort by companies for every sector in order to maximize both the financial performance and the social and environmental impact. And that's what we're doing currently, also with many companies and with the help also of some foundations. I'll be happy.
Okay, that's really great.
That's
yeah, I can see now a question in our chat. One of the most innovative things that you were mentioning in your interview is the role of meditation in an efficient decision making. And if you could delve a little bit more on it. So basically, I would personally pose this question on the background of this idea. So right now you have said that you have research that proves that meditation can be efficient in developing this decision making towards sustainable development. But what was the origins of this idea? How did you come up with this, just theory that it might be the case?
So one of the fundamental problems with sustainability is that in order to create the transformational change in the companies, in the organizations, let's say in governance, in strategies, in all the various functional areas, we have to work not only at the organizational level, at the collective level within the company, but actually at the individual level. Because unless and until we develop a way to think about the role of the company within the context of the world and the role of our own role within the company, that really has to do with creating value for the common good. That requires a development of a mindset, of consciousness, a broader consciousness of who we are and what we are supposed to do, what is our goal, our purpose, which is not easy to study. It is one of the most difficult questions, by the way, not only in corporate sustainability, but also in management, business research. And so we have started about 15 years ago, actually, to study this problem of learning at the individual level, developing this consciousness for social responsibility and sustainability. We've done many experiments with many large companies like IBM, Microsoft, Shell. We did this in the context of the largest research study at that time funded by the European Union. And we had already results that showed that the classroom interaction, the standard way we learn things in a business school, is okay when it comes to building awareness, so understanding the problem, but it's not enough in order to actually really change the behavior, change the way we make decisions. Basically, it's not enough to develop the consciousness that is necessary in order to make decisions in a more collective and sustainable way. And that's why we have started to look at other approaches, other ways. So for instance, we worked with neuroscientists to develop brain training approaches to see whether they were effective in developing this type of mindset. And even those were not particularly effective for this type of problem. They were effective for other problems, like innovation, for instance. And we have research that published on that. But what happened is that we have tried also meditative practice, because there is a very large literature in medical science, neuroscience, that shows that meditative practice has a very, very powerful effect on our capacity to control the our urge to essentially, gain access to immediate money, okay, or immediate rewards, essentially forgetting about the long term, like the sustainability, which is one of the biggest problems in the whole problem of sustainable development, of course. And so we thought, let's do experiments, and we juxtaposed, we compared the neuroscience brain training program with the meditation, with a number of other approaches. And it turns out that the meditation seems to have the most profound and deep effects, not only in changing the decision making, so the business decision became more sustainable. We've measured that with a very important business simulation developed at MIT. But we also saw changes in the psychology of the individuals. We used that a number of psychology tests. People became more collective, more ethically strong, and also importantly, more interested in the common good, right? In creating value for the common good. And fundamentally, we also found that there was a change actually in the area of the brain that is responsible for our capacity to control our emotion and our behavior, again, in terms of thinking about the long term and about the collective good. And that's why we are, we came to this conclusion after having tried a number of other approaches, and this seems to be working very well.
Professor, thank you so much for providing this background. I'll share the details of the Leonardo Center and your contact details if you don't mind, and all those representatives of responsible business in Russia who are really interested in progressive approaches towards corporate social responsibility and sustainable development. They will be very welcome to contact you directly. Thank you so much for your time today. And now we are finishing our Q&A session.
Thank you so much.
Professor Maurizio
I'm
Zollo.
very happy to engage with anybody who wants to know more, obviously, about what we're doing at Imperial College Leonardo Center. Thank you for your time and for the opportunity.